ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगण रघुनाथान्वितं त्वं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादां सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णया कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतुसे नमः। वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Okay, so now you can decide after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskritya
Narayana Namaskritya
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Namam Shriva Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Dev Saraswatim Vyasam
Tato Jayam Udirayet
Tato Jayamudiraye
Nastaprayesu Abhadresu
Nasrabhaya Sabhadyashu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavata
Sevaya
Bhagavati Uttama Sloke
Bhakti Bhaktama Shloke
Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki
Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Devaki Nandanaya Cha
Devaki Nandanaya cha
Nanda Gopakumaraya
Nanda Gopa Kumaraya
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Very good. So now we'll continue from where we left off. Canto 1, I will share the book with you. So Shrimad Bhagwatam, Mahapurana, Canto 1, and we'll go chapter 9, Passing Away of Bhismadev in the Presence of Krishna. And we will begin from verse 14 today. Okay. So we will recite the verse first and then we'll try to understand that verse. Okay, so I'll get the all English for you. Here it is. Okay. So please repeat after me. Sarvam kala krutam manye
Sarvakala Kritam Manye
bhavatam cha yad priyam
Bhavatam cha yada priyam
sapalo yadavase loko
Sapalo yadvase loko
vayor eva ganavalihi.
Vayuriva ganavali
One more time. Sarvam kala krutam manye. I cannot hear you, Megha. The lips are moving, but you cannot hear. Everybody.
Sarvakala Kritam Manye
Bhavatam cha yada priyam
Bhavatam cha yada priyam
sapalo yad vase loko
Sapalo vadvase loko
vayor eva ganavalihi.
Vayuriva ganavali
Okay, now you can recite one by one. Megha.
Sarvam kalakritam manye bhavatam cha yada priyam sapalo yadvase loko vayuriva ganavali.
Very good. Next. Manhar. Sarvameva sarvam kala krutam manye
Sarvam Kala Kritam Manye
bhavatam cha yada priyam
Bhavatam Chadya Yad Apriyam
sapalo yad vase loko
Sapalo Yad Vaseloko
vayoriva ganavalihi.
Vayariva Ganavali
Gopal.
Sarvam kala kritam manye bhavatam cha yada apram sapvala yada vyasa loko vado evam ghana vilahya.
Ganavalihi. Very good. Okay. Nihal.
Sarvam kala kritam manye bhavatam cha yad aparyam sapolo yad vasiloko vayor eva ganavalihi.
Very good, Nihal. Very good try. Okay. Anybody else join new? This is all we have. Please speak up if you have joined lately. Okay. So who's going to read the synonym?
Can I approach it?
Yes.
Sarvam, all this. Kala kritam, done by
Kala krutam, not kala. Kal. A long.
Kala kritam, done by inevitable time. Manye, I think. Bhavatam cha, for you also. Yet, whatever. Aparyam, detestable. Sapa, Sapalaha, with the rulers, Yat Vase, under the control of that time, Lokaha, everyone in every planet, Vayuho, the wind carries, Eva as Gana Avalihi, a line of clouds.
Very good. So Gana is cloud and Avlihi means many clouds, Okay. So Avlihi means, okay. So now the translation. Gopal, you want to read the translation, Gopal?
Yeah. In my opinion, this is all due to invasion time under you control everyone in every planet. He's carried just as the clouds are carried by the wind.
Very good. Who is speaking this? Anybody can say?
Bhishma Dev,
Bhishma Dev. Very good. Who says that?
Manhar.
Manhar. Very good. So Bhishma Dev is saying to whom?
To Yudhishthira Maharaj.
Yudhishthira Maharaj. Very good. Okay, Manhar, you want to read purport?
Yes, Prabhuji. There is control by time all over the space within the universe, as there is control by time all over the planets. All the big gigantic planets, including the sun, are being controlled by the force of air, as the clouds are carried by the force of air. Similarly, the inevitable kala or time controls even the action of the air and other elements. Everything therefore is controlled by the supreme Kala, a forceful representative of the Lord within the material world. Thus, Yudhishthira could not be sorry for the inconceivable action of time. Everyone has to bear the actions and reactions of time as long as one is within the conditions of the material world. Yudhishthira could not think that he had committed sins in his previous birth and his suffering that he had committed sins suffering the consequence. Even the most pious has to suffer the condition of material nature, but the pious man is faithful to the Lord, for he is guided by the bona fide Brahmana and Vaishnava following the religious principles. These three guiding principles should be the aim of life. One should not be disturbed by the tricks of eternal time. Even the great controller of the universe, Brahmaji, is also under of that time. Therefore, one should not grudge the controlled by of religious principles.
Very good. So, Manhar, can you tell me what do you like from this paragraph? Anything that struck your mind?
Like from Kala is like a inevitable,
Okay.
inevitable, and it controls the action of the air.
Okay.
And one more thing, Kala is also forceful representative of the Lord.
Very good. Very good. You understood it correctly. Okay. Mihika, do you want to summarize what you have heard from Manhar?
Sure, Prabhuji. So, in the purport that Srila Prabhupada wrote, Srila Prabhupada describes in detail more about Kal, which is eternal time, and time is only controlled by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Not and we are we're in control of Kal, and every single thing in the material world is in the control of Kal. So, and it's a very forceful representative of Krishna within the material world. So Bhishma Dev says that Yudhishthira should not be sorry for this action of time, and everyone has to bear the actions and reactions of what they do in the any birth that they get. So Yudhishthira should not think that he committed sins in his previous life and he's suffering them in this life. And then lastly, Srila Prabhupada says that a good devotee or a person who has belief in Lord Krishna has always is he can be like he basically like he needs a spiritual master and he should be bona fide. So with the guidance of a spiritual master and Vaishnava, he should follow the religious principles, and these principles are the aim of life. So nobody can even be like, if you like get Krishna's mercy, then you can't be stopped by time. Like time is Krishna's servant. So if you're Krishna's eternal servant, then you're basically like Kala, and you can't like be controlled because you're not anymore controlled by Kal in the material world.
Very nice. Very nice say. So what is Kal? Kal is, we know that time. But in Bhagavad Gita, if you know chapter 11, where Lord Krishna shows the universal form to Arjuna. So Arjuna was like a frightened, and he's asking in verse there, who are you? You know. So in that answer, Lord Krishna is answering, Kalosmi. Asmi means me. I'm Kal. I'm time, you know. So this is how, so actually Kal is another phase of Lord Krishna himself, as also Manhar mentioned it. Okay. So it's very nicely explained in the Bhagavad Gita also, when Arjuna asks, you know, who are you and what is your mission? You know, then, Krishna told him that I am the time, and I came here to destroy all of them except you 5 Pandavas, like that. Okay. Gopal, you want to say something? Manhar and Mihika say
Yeah, I want to say something.
Okay, go ahead.
The Lord is like guided by the bona fide Brahmanas, Brahman and Vaishnavas, following the religious principles. Very
good.
Each 3 guiding principles should be the aim of life.
Very good, very good, very good answer. Because it is given here, you have catch that they are guided by Brahmanas, Vaishnavas, and religious principle, 3 things. Very good. Okay, what about Nihal? Nihal, what do you like?
What?
Can you say something about this paragraph that you have heard? The discussion.
The thing that I like with discussion is that the Vaishnavas are following the religious principles.
Okay, very good. Very nice. So let us move to the Kal is inconceivable. We cannot comprehend, the action of Kal, time. Because ultimately it's Krishna, another phase of the time. Kala is another representation of Krishna himself. Okay. So we go to the next one now. Let's say what he says. Bhishma Dev is saying to Yudhishthira again, very nice thing here in this paragraph, in this verse also. So please, we'll recite the verse first. Yatra dharma suto raja gadapani vrukodara krishnostri gandivam chapam suhud krishnas tato vipat. So please repeat after me. Yatra dharma suto raja.
Yatra dharma sato raja.
Gadapani Vrukodaraha
Gadhapane Vikodaraha
Krishnostri Gandivam Chapam
Krishna Sri Gandhivam Champam
Suhut Krishnastato Vipat.
Suro Krishna Tato Vipat.
Okay, now you all can chant one by one.
Can
Who
Govinda?
wants to chant first?
Mihika Prabhuji.
Mega, okay, go ahead.
Yatra dharma suto raja gadapanirvrikodara Krishno strigandivam chapam suhrit krishnastatho vipat.
Very good. Manhar.
Okay. Yatra dharma sato raja gadapane vikodara Krishna astri kandivam chapam surat krishna statovapat.
Very good. Rusab, you want to recite?
Yes, Prabhu. Yatra dharma sutta raja gadapa nirvakondaraha Krishna astri kandivam chapam surat Krishna stato vipat.
Very good. Nihal.
Yatra dharmasuto raja gatapanir vrakodaraha Krishna striti gatam kapam surhit Krishna stapo.
Vipat.
Can Govinda?
Very good. Yes, Govinda, go ahead.
Yatra dharma suto raja gadapani vikodaraha Krishna asi gadhimva chapam surata krishnam tato vipat.
Very good. Anybody join new?
Dhruva joined new.
Who is that?
Dhruva.
Dhruva. Okay, Dhruva, would you like to recite? Who is Dhruva? Can you
That's
get your
maybe my classmate.
Dhruv, can you get your camera on? Dhruv is not speaking. Okay, anybody left? Those who haven't recited verse? Everybody got it? Rusab joined new, right? Just, okay. So, okay, let's move onward. If you all have recited, then who can read synonyms?
Govinda.
Govinda, okay, go ahead, Govinda.
Yatra, where there is. Dharma Sutta. Ha, the son of Dharmaja.
Dharmaraj.
Raja
Dharma.
the king. Gadapaniha, with the might club in hand.
Mighty.
Recorder Bhima. Krishna ha, Arjuna. Ashitra, carry of the weapon. Gandiva. Kapam, bow.
Oh, Chapam.
Chapam, bow. Surat, wisher. Krishna, Lord Krishna, the personality of Godhead. Tata, therefore, of. Vipat, receive.
Reverse. Okay, very good. So there's another name of Bhima. What is that? Vrukodaraha is another name of Bhima. You can remember that. Okay, who can read the translation?
Not Prabhu.
Rusab?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, how wonderful is the influence of inevitable time. It is irreversible. Otherwise, how can there be reverses in the presence of King Yudhishthira, the son of the demigod controlling religion? Bhima, the great fighter with the club. The great bowman Arjuna with his mighty weapon Gandiva, and above all, the Lord, the direct wisher of the Pandavas.
Very good. Very nice. So you can see here the Bhima has a club and Arjuna has a bow and arrow, Gandhi. The name of the bow that Arjuna carries is Gandiva.
You know, who give the Gandiva is Shiva. Shiva give the bow to
Shiva gives the bow. Okay, good.
No,
Okay, who can read the purport? Mahika, can you read it?
Okay,
said
Prabhuji.
Manhar.
As
Okay.
far as the material or spiritual resources were required, there was no scarcity in the case of the Pandavas. Materially, they were well equipped because two great warriors named Bhima and Arjuna were there. Spiritually, the king himself was the symbol of religion, and above all of them, the personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, was personally concerned with their affairs as the well-wisher. And yet there were so many reverses on the side of the Pandavas. Despite the power of pious acts, the the power of personalities, the power of expert management, and the power of weapons under the direct supervision of Lord Krishna, the Pandavas suffered so many practical reverses which can only be explained as due to the influence of Kala in inevitable time. Kala is identical with the Lord himself, and therefore the influence of Kala indicates the inexplicable wish of the Lord himself. There is nothing to be lamented when a matter is beyond the control of any human being.
Very good. So, Mahika, can you summarize what you read? And then I will ask, everybody please listen. I'm going to ask you one by one. Okay, Mahika, go ahead.
So Prabhuji, what I read and in summarization is that they materially and spiritually, the Pandavas had no famine or scarcity in their lives. Like materially, they were well equipped because they had two great warriors, Bhima and Arjuna, and spiritually, the king himself was King Yudhishthira. He was symbol of dharma or religion, and
He was symbol of religion.
was the symbol of religion. Yes,
Why he was symbol of religion?
because he used to do everything according to. He was like truthful. He didn't speak lies.
Mhm.
You actually, I heard that King Yudhishthira was himself Yamaraj.
Yes.
no, he was the son of Yamaraj.
So Yudhishthir is son of Yamraj. Okay, because Kunti recited the mantra, Yamraj came and he gave a Yudhishthir to the the eldest son of Kunti. Okay, next.
So, and above all of that was that Sri Krishna, the supreme personality of Godhead, was himself present, and he was like taking part with the Pandavas, and he he was their well wisher basically. So even despite that, there were many calamities and situations that the Pandavas had to suffer. For example, the wax house trick that Duryodhan had played, the gambling game that they did, the 13 years of
Exile.
exile, etc. So they had to suffer so much, and that was only due to the influence of Kala, the inevitable time. And then the last thing is that Kala is identical to the Lord. He's like an expansion, you can say, of the Lord, and therefore he indicates the explicable wish of the Lord himself. So basically he carries the wish of the Lord. And then Bhishma Dev says that nothing is to be lamented when the matter is not in the control of the human being. Like it's not in the control of him, it's in beyond the control of the situation. So there's nothing to lament in that situation.
Very good, Mahika. Okay. Manhar, would you like to say something what you have heard?
So I have heard that something I like that we have heard as far as the material or spiritual resources are required, like there's no need for scarcity in the case of the Pandavas.
Very good. Rusab, you want to say something from what you have heard?
It's just that I just know that because of Krishna was on the Pandava side, they they had the supervision, and Krishna was like the mentor, I guess. I don't know what to say, because he was kind of um like yeah, that's it.
Krishna was a well-wisher for them, right?
Yeah, and Krishna was also his guidance, kind of he used to guide Arjuna and the Pandavas.
Very good. Okay. Gopal, would you like to say something, Gopal?
Yeah. Respect the power of the process acts and power of the personalities.
Mm-hmm.
And I have another one, the power for the expect management and the power of the weapons. That's it.
Very good. What about Nihal? Nihal?
Yes.
Would you like to say something from what you have heard, Nihal?
Yes. I like to have that connection with the Pandavas in this.
Okay. What about who knows? What does Bhim fight with?
With the club.
The club.
What about Arjun?
Bow and arrow.
Bow and arrow.
Gandhi.
What kind of bow he has?
Gandiva.
Very good. So here the Pandavas suffered so many practical reverses, which can only be explained as due to the influence of Kala. That is what you have explained already. So here Bhishma is trying to pacify Yudhishthir now, right? Because Yudhishthir was lamenting. What was Yudhishthir lamenting for?
That due to him becoming the king, the Kurukshetra war occurred, and now he was the cause of all the deaths of all the soldiers and all. And now he thought that they're incomplete families, and it was all because he wanted to become the king. No, sorry, he didn't want to, but just because and not Duryodhan doesn't become the king, and instead Yudhishthira becomes the king. Just because of that, he laments that he is the cause of all that.
Yeah, so he was thinking that he is the cause of everybody was killed in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. That was his lamentation. Okay, and in the this happens after the war. Now, before the war, who was under confusion? Before the war, Arjuna. Okay, so before war, Arjuna has a problem, so Krishna pacified him. After war, Yudhishthira lamentation and Bhismadev. Why Krishna took Yudhishthira to Bhismadev?
Because he wanted Bhishma Dev to pacify Yudhishthir.
And the
Right.
confusion both
But there is
Arjuna-
another reason also. Anybody know?
The confusion in Arjuna and Yudhishthira both was Krishna's plan.
Okay. And also, Bhim wants to see Krishna at the end of the, before he dies. So Krishna knew that thing. So he arranged all these things. So everybody was trying to pacify Yudhishthir, but they were not, Yudhishthir was not getting pacified. So that's why he took to Bhismadev. And another reason is that Bhismadev wanted to see Krishna before he dies. So Krishna knew his devotee's desire, and that is why he arranged all these things. Okay. We move to the next one. 16. Okay. Please recite after me. Nahi asya karhi chidrajan.
Nahi ashya kar ichid rajan.
Uman veda viditsitam
Puman veda vidhisitam.
yad jignasaya yukta
Yadvijanataya yukta.
muhyanti kavayopihi.
Muryanti kavaya apihi.
Okay, one more time. Nahi asya karhi chidrajan.
Nahi asya karichi rajan.
Arjun.
Uman veda vidisthitam
Komamidam Vidhishitam
yad vijignasaya yukta
Yagvishna Yagyukta
muhyanti kavayopihi.
Yuna Viganikavati.
Okay.
And Prabhuji, I thought like it the second word of the third sentence of the word, I thought it was Vigyanasaya. I thought it was that.
Vijignasaya.
Oh,
V, verb, you have to take V from here and Vijignasaya. Okay, Mihika, you want to recite and everybody will follow you.
Okay, Prabhuji. न ह्यस्य कर्हि चेद्राजन् पुमान् वेद विदित्सितं यद् विजिज्ञासया युक्ता मुह्यन्ति कवयोऽपिः.
Okay, who can do next?
I can
Okay, go ahead.
Can I?
Who is that?
Manhar.
Manhar, go ahead.
Okay. Nahi asya kari chid rajan puman veda vidistitam yad vijnanasaya yukta muyanti kavayo apihi.
Very good. Okay, Rusab.
Yes, Rama. Nahi asya karhi chit rajan. Puman veda vidhisit sitam yad vijnasayayo uktam muhyanti kavayo apihi.
Very good. Is Pratyush is not there?
He has a different class right now, Prabhu.
Oh, he's a different class. Okay. All right. So next, Gopal. Can you do it, Gopal?
I need little help. Naha asya kachid rajan paman veda visittaham yada vignasa yakta muhatta kavo apihi.
Okay. Nihal.
Nahi asya karchirajan puman veda vedhisitam yad vijnasya yukta munhati.
Muhyanti Kavayopihi. Okay. All right. Who would like to do synonym?
Can I, Prabhu?
Yeah. Who is that? Rishabh?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Go ahead.
Na, never. He, certainly. Asya, his. Karhichit, whatsoever. Rajan, O king. Puman, anyone. Veda, knows. Vidhisitam, plan. Yat, which. Vijignasaya, with exhaustive inquiries. Yuktaha, being engaged. Muhyanti, bewildered. Kavayaha, great philosophers. Api, even. He, certainly.
Very good. Very good, sir. Well done. Okay. Who can read the translation? Anybody volunteering?
Can I read?
Okay, Mehika. Read the translation.
O king, no one can know the plan of the Lord Sri Krishna. Even though great philosophers inquire exhaustively, they are bewildered.
Very good. So, Manhar, can you read the purport, Manhar? Where is Manhar?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Manhar, can you read the purport?
Okay. The bewilderment of Maharaj Yudhishthira over his past and facts and result sufferings, etc., is completely negated by the great authority Bhishma, one of the 12 authorized persons. Bhishma wanted to impress upon Yudhishthira that since time immemorial, no one, including such demigods as Shiva and Brahma, could ascertain the real plan of the Lord. So what can we understand about it? It is useless also to inquire about it. Even the exhausted philosophical inquirers of sages cannot ascertain the plan of the Lord. The best policy is simply to abide by the orders of the Lord without argument. The sufferings of the Pandavas were never due to their past deeds. The Lord had to execute the plan of establishing the kingdom of virtue, and therefore his own devotees suffered temporarily in order to establish the conquest of virtue. Bhishmadev was certainly satisfied by seeing the triumph of virtue, and he was glad to see Yudhishthira on the throne. Although he himself fought against him, even a great fighter like Bhishma could not win the battle of Kurukshetra, because the Lord wanted to show that vice cannot conquer virtue regardless of who tries to execute it. Bhishmadev was a great devotee of the Lord, but he chose to fight against the Pandavas by the will of the Lord, because the Lord wanted to show that a fighter like Bhishma cannot win on the wrong side.
Very good. So, Manar, can you say something about what you have read?
So something I have read is Bhishma is one of the 12 authorized persons, basically the Mahajans,
Okay.
and Bhishma, they wanted to impress upon Maharaj Yudhishthir.
Okay. Anything? No.
And one more thing, that a fighter like even the Lord wanted to show that a fighter like Bhishma cannot even win on the right side, even though Bhishma had a like he had a he had something that he could die when it was his will, but still he was on the wrong side, so he could not win.
Okay, very good. Okay, Rusab, can you say something from what you have heard?
Yes, I had a question. Didn't Bhishma Dev and Dronacharya also take a vow that they will stay, they will always protect Hastinapur? So that's why they fought for
Yes.
Hastinapur.
Yes, they have a vow to protect the Hastinapur sort of a throne. So throne means whoever sits on that throne, that's king. So that why they have to be in their on their side, for the protection of the throne of Hastinapur. What you said is correct, Rishabh. That is the main reason. The another reason is that they were getting financial support from the king, which is natural anyway. Wherever kingdom is there, all these counselors, all these things, they are maintained by the king who is ruling the kingdom. Yeah. Okay. Is that okay, Rusab?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Do you want to say something that you like, what you have heard from this report?
It's just that every like him, he could like he was strong, so he could do like just most of the part of it, but due to Krishna's will, I don't know what just but all I just know that is like that everything happens to Krishna's will, and Krishna decides like he whatever he does, it's for a good reason.
Very good. Everything is happening. What is happening is because of Krishna's will. Yeah. Okay. He wanted to establish the kingdom which is virtuous, sort of. Okay. Mika, can you summarize from what you have heard?
Okay, Prabhuji. So, what Srila Prabhupada is saying is that Prabhuji, can you hear me?
No. You are muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So in the purport, it says that Maharaj Yudhishthira, he was like Shri Breshmadev, he does not approve that due to his only past sins, he
Mhm.
got this is what happened. And then he says that who could ascertain the real plan of the Lord
Mhm.
if the demigods can't do it themselves. So it's useless to even try to do that, because you'll never be able to. Like, so many exhaustive philosophical inquiries of sages couldn't even figure it out. So it's better to just abide the orders of the Lord without arguing or opposing anything.
Very good. That is
And
said best policy, right?
yes, Prabhuji.
Best policy is to, under the circumstances, the best policy is to abide by the orders of the Lord without argument. Okay.
Yes. And then basically it just describes like the plan of the Lord, that
Yeah.
is Krishna what wanted, that the establishing the kingdom of virtue, so that the Maharaj Yudhishthira could be on the throne, and that's why the Pandavas had to suffer temporarily, but at the end they lived happily and peacefully.
Yes. Now, there is a good reason given at the end of the purport.
And at the end of the purport, it says that like the basically where the where Krishna is, that 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 side will, like where Krishna is, that side will surely win, because that will have virtue. But like, even though Bhishma Dev was a very very great fighter, because he was on the wrong side, he still lost in the war. So it shows that the Lord, it's according to the will of the Lord, that Krishna wanted to show that any fighter, even though even if it's like Bhishma Dev, cannot win if it's on the wrong side.
Very good. That was the conclusion here also, along with that thing. And when we discussed that thing also, that he was on the wrong side, there is a Acharya explains that also. Bhim wants to see Krishna. So if he only can see Krishna and relish Krishna's beauty and everything, if he's on the opposite side, if he is in the same side, he will not be able to see Krishna, you know. So that is not given here, but that is also sometimes Acharya gives that reason. Bhishma chose to be on the other side, so he can see, because if he's on the other side, then he can see Krishna, you know. And he was pure devotee anyway. He wanted to see Krishna every day uh, before the fight begins. Yeah. Okay. Gopal, do you want to say something?
I was saying the same thing.
Okay.
The will of the, because the Lord wanted to show that the fighter like Bhishma cannot win in the wrong side. I want to say that same thing.
All right.
Prabhu,
Nihal? Nihal, would you like to say something?
Because I like that Bhishma is on the he believes in God, but he's fighting.
Prabhu,
Yes.
isn't Bhishma one of the Mahajans?
Yes.
Okay.
How many Mahajans are? Do you know?
I know.
12.
12.
12 Mahajanas, right? Yeah. So he's one of the Mahajanas, 12 Mahajanas. Anybody remember the names of 12 Mahajan?
Prahlad Maharaj, Bali Maharaj, Bhishma Dev, Yamraj, Lord Shiva, Narad Muni,
And the four Kumaras.
Not, Kumaras, yes, yes. Or Kumara. Brahma.
And is it
Yamraj.
Sukhdev Goswami?
Yamraj. Remember, we have seen that one verse. Okay. Let me.
I know Prahlad Maharaj, Bali Maharaj, Bhishma Dev,
Yeah.
Narad Muni, the four
Yeah.
Kumaras.
I will stop that thing and bring that verse to you so everybody will remember that verse. Let
Yeah, I
me
forgot all
see.
of them.
Where is it? Oh, where is that thing? Oh, wait a minute. Share screen. Share. Okay. Now I want to. Okay. Okay, so I want to go to menu. Okay. So we go to Canto 6. Where is it? Okay, it's here. And chapter 3. And the verse is where is 19, 20, 21, 20. So here it is. Can you see that? Okay. Here it is in English. In English. Okay. So please repeat after me. Swayambur Narado Sambhu.
Swayambhur Narada Sambho.
So here there are 3. Kumaro Kapilo Manu.
Kumaro
Another 3. Pralado Janako Bhismo. Another 3. Balirvaya Sakirvayam. There's another 3. So 3, 3, 3, 3 in 4 line becomes 12. What is Vayam? Who is Vayam is? Who is saying this sloka? This sloka is, Yamraj is saying to Yamdutas. And when he's saying, Vayam means we, means he himself. So Vayam means we, but because Yamraj is speaking, so it's Yamraj, Vaya Sakir is Sukhdev Goswami, Bali Maharaj, Bhisma, Janak Maharaj, Prahlad, 4 Kumaras, Kapila, Manu, Sambhu is Lord Shiva, Narad Muni, and Swayambur, which is Brahma. Okay? So now you will remember that thing. Okay. Anybody would like to recite this sloka?
Govinda.
Okay.
Sambruna do Sambho Kumara Kapilo Manuha Palado Janako Bhishmo Balarivan Sikivaham.
Vayam, very good. Rusab, you want to do it? Recite it?
Manhar.
Yeah, after that, Manhar.
Okay, देखो Swayambhur Narada Shambho Kumara Kapilo Manu Pralado Janako Bhishma Balir Vaya Sakir Vayam. Prabhu, I can do it.
Okay, Manhar.
Prabhu, I can do it.
Oh, okay. Practice. Okay, go ahead.
Swayambhur Narada Sambho Kumaro Kapilo Manu Pralado Janako Bhishmo Balir Vaishashikir Vayam.
Vaya Sakir.
Vayasakir Vayam.
Very good. Manhar?
Okay. Swayambhu Narada Sambhu Kumara Kapilo Manu Pralado Janako Bhishmo Balirvaya Sakhirvayam.
Very
I
good.
recite the next one also.
Okay. You want to recite next one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dvadasa Saite Vidano Dharmam Bhagavatam
Bhagavatam Tattaha.
Guhuyam Vishudaham Durbodham Yam Jnanavamaratam
Snute.
Ashunate.
Very good. Okay. So we'll stop here today. Next Tuesday, we'll move forward. Hare Krishna. Thank you, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.